Umoja, first night of Kwanzaa. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and recap some of this year's good, bad, and ugly. And let's talk about some of the things happening in crypto and what I think you should be looking forward to with XRP. Right here, right now on the Ujamaa Network. Big news this year in crypto, especially with Bitcoin. It hit over $120,000 per token. Very good year for Bitcoin, only to be followed by the bad, which is like a $40,000 drop. We're down to like 89,000 currently. Still, money was being made. One of the reasons why we're switching into more of trading learning, as far as what we're getting into over here on this channel, is because of the swings and how people can make money trading on these dips versus just holding hollow. So, it is kind of an interesting flex. We had a lot of good things happen with cryptocurrency regulation this year, good for cryptocurrency investors. A lot of people who are not in the crypto space didn't like the changes that the administration was putting through. It's one of the things that, even if you look at individual votes, a lot of the cryptocurrency uh, talking dialogue, they have a thing against Democrats, but it were Democrats like Representative Jasmine Crockett, like Senator Cory Booker, that actually voted with Republicans and passed some cryptocurrency legislation last year and this year, because it is something that needs to be um, adapted widescreen, and we should be making it easier for people to get involved with it with some safeguards so that we are not stuck holding the bag as many of the investors were with FTX and some of the unscrupulous people within cryptocurrency. So that's always going to be a plus when you have more opportunities to make money versus less. That was a major good pull this year. Another big story this year was the Target boycott, the successful Target boycott, which shed about $2 billion off of the revenue from that chain. It's sad that it had to go down this way. A lot of the DEI initiatives that they were targeting had an adverse effect against the African American community. Products that were being supported there, 1 year commitments made following George Floyd's murder, were being revoked. And the community didn't take that kindly. There was a major effort here in Atlanta with Pastor Jamal Bryant down there at New Birth, um, along the coattails of Reverend Sharpton and a lot of local initiatives. There was just a lot going on. A lot of people had an axe to grind with Tarjay, and rightfully so. One of the things I've done is kind of promote the things that they had did good, which facilitated a lot of the revenue. But when you start talking about hiring and firing, and the DEI initiatives that weren't specifically aimed at Black people, but the DEI whole catchphrase had a specific ethnicity assigned to it, whether it was true or not. One of the casualties were those aisles in Tarjay, and I don't know if they have returned or not because I just haven't been there myself. Where you could get skincare products dedicated to people of color, the individual needs that we had. And it was, to me, it was a nice little touch. It was someplace I could go and get some products that may not have been all Black owned, and they weren't. But the products that were showcased there, you would have more of a collection and selection that you could get there in one place, and it was nice. But seeing as how the popularism of today's age kind of put the kibosh on that, you got to stand in unity, which is what this first day of Kwanzaa is all about. Unify and show them your economic power. There's going to be some layoffs and some store closings, and I don't know how they rebound, if they rebound, because people just haven't gone back. And that was another big story of 2025. Job losses within the first 6 months among African American women was another big story. Seems to be that that trend has not slowed down. Unemployment rates are pretty high right now, and it's affecting people's mood. Even though this Christmas was projected to be, it has already proved to be very profitable for retailers. Not a whole lot of foot traffic in these stores. People buying more online. It was kind of interesting walking down some of these malls and those Black Friday sales that usually had people staying out all night. Thanksgiving night just weren't there. People are not geared up to that. I think the mood of most people right now is like, hey, slow up, save. You don't know what's coming down the pipe. Make sure you are keeping your financial houses together. And that's with good reason, because there's no telling where 2026 is going to start. Now, there are some indicators that there is priming up some crypto news. I'm going to get into that right now with XRP, along with Bitcoin. There was some major movement with XRP this year. It hit some all-time highs, and right now it's trading at some lows. It's not back in the under $1 area where it began in like 2024, when it was still under a buck, I believe, sometime early 2024. All of last year, we saw some good good flexes with XLM and XRP. So one of the things about Stellar Lumens and XRP is that it's not tied to any mining activity. These are not proof of work tokens, but it's technology that's being implemented that's already installed or embedded with traditional fiat banking. Ripple is a major company that holds a lot of the technology that makes these ACH payments secure. XRP is just an extension of that. And by investing in it now as either a commodity or just holding on to the token, I think this is a good time for everybody to take a quick look and read up on what's going on. Now, I personally made a good good exchange 1 year off of that. Man, got a good return off of that. I'm thinking about popping in now. Make sure you're brushing up on the different applications and exchanges that we showcase here, and how to set up those limit holds. I mean, those stop loss orders, those take profit orders, um, limit buys and limit sells on all the major platforms, whether you're using Uphold, Coinbase, Kraken, Webbull, whatever. We have videos on all of that stuff. And as we get ready to get back into our tax season and how to prepare your taxes, with these new schedules coming up, we got a couple of videos out there for past years. We're going to do another one this year. But again, we're not here to give out advice or on cryptocurrencies. We are not financial advisors. We just talk about the things that we know how to do and what we're qualified to do, which is talk tech. And we're going to do that. I want you to seek financial assistance from a financial advisor and see what those short term returns are going to be on XRP. This is my gift to you. Again, not advice, just something to keep in mind. Let me know what you thought about the content tonight, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.